Now we move on to our most important guest, our Minister Shri Rao Indrajit Singh ji. Sir, we look forward to hearing your views as to what is the plan of the government to take forward India on this part of sustainable, resilient, smart, and inclusive growth. Over to you, sir.
Let me begin by congratulating all those who put together this virtual seminar in our 75th year of independence. And I would specifically like to mention Professor Alka Maurya, Dr. Lata Suresh, Shri Manoj Pandey, Preeti Malhotra, Kelvin Sargent, C.S. Deshpande, and Dr. Abhay Yadav, who in conjunction with Indian Institute of Corporate Affairs and SOCHM and Amity University have brought us all together here. I was listening to some of the speakers who spoke before me, and I specifically liked what Preeti Malhotra said in her last sentence, that the future is going to depend upon technology and women. Now, from personal experience, I would say that women are an important part in everybody's life, including countries and history. And personally speaking, I would like to share an episode from my youth. My sister and I are 1 year apart. I'm a year older, she's a year younger. So when we were sent to school, my sister and I were sent to classes, one class apart. I was in the senior class and she was in the junior class. After a year or two, it became apparent that my sister was so much better than the others in her class that she was given a double promotion. And she came up at par and came into my class. So when we had holidays for that year, I went up to my father and I said, Father, either take my sister out of school or you take me out of school. Everybody knows my sister is 1 year and some odd months younger than me, but she's jumped one class and become equal to me. And she has a better brain functioning than mine, and she might even head the class and I might be at the end of the class. So we cannot stay in the same class. So therefore, please take her out of this school, let her go to another school and I go to another school. So I learned this lesson early in life, that women are sometimes or most times smarter than men. The other is technology. Now, I was on the verge of saying that of age groups like mine, technology has passed us by. We never had computers, information technology, internet, nothing in our earlier years. But this pandemic has brought it all about. Even we have had to learn technology and all the benefits that come out of it. So, both things I agree with her, that technology and women might be the future for the world. Technology and women might be the future for the world. And Mr. Sargent was discussing the Sustainable Development Goals. As the man said, I don't remember his name, that the world has enough for everybody's needs, but it does not have enough for everybody's greed. Now, this is a challenge that we will have to face in the coming years, and especially post the pandemic. We're still in it, hoping that we will not hit the third wave, or the third wave will not hit us. But still, the fear is there, and we have to address each other virtually most of the time. The government on its part, I must say, has done its best. The industry, vaccine industry has played its part, and those that are frontline workers have as helped as well. Now, today we are celebrating 100 crore vaccines that have been administered to our population. But the 2 years preceding this have economically been very frustrating, to say the least. The growth period for the country in these 2 years went down to minus 24. The only positive sign was agriculture. And where agriculture used to stand third, fourth, fifth in the rankings of various departments that contributed to the economy, it only stood for 7 to 8% of the progress that the country's economy was making. Now in these pandemic years, even though it was the only positive sector, it still was able to achieve only 3% positive growth. Everybody else, the services, industry, the works, they tanked quite badly. It's a positive sign now that we are now heading towards a projection of 9.5% growth in 2021 and an 8.5% growth in 22. Positive, perhaps second only to China's, but not enough. And to reach the target that we had earlier hoped, we would have to work a little harder, I would think. And women's role in achieving our expectations are paramount. Historically speaking, India has always lauded women's roles. Past month, if you all recall, we had the Navratras. And 9 deities, all women, were worshipped by Tom, Dick and Harry all across India, whether they were Hindus, Muslims, whoever else. Everybody wants a little bit of help. This is the religious portion, but even otherwise in history, names that come to mind are Rani Jhansi, Razia Sultan, many others that maybe we have not read about because so-called history was written by the victors, and for a number of years post-independence, what the British wrote for us is what we believed our history was. We are in the process of changing that. Those areas of history which were grey were not allowed by the British to come before the public, so that the self-interest and the self-respect of Indians was not at its peak. Those things will be shelved for the time being, and the actual history as it was will hopefully in the years to come be brought before the public of India. Now, even today, when I speak of women and the contributions for our future, I would say that gender inequality still persists, except for a few pockets here and there. Today, men are 52% in population, women are 48%. But women have always been there in civil services. They have now begun to join the defense services. There are areas where they can contribute, like in aerospace. Agriculture is another place where the women have to think out of the box and work towards sustainable agricultural development. On a part of the government, on our part, the Niti Aayog itself has put out a program called the Women Entrepreneurship Program. But apart from that, the government of India has by itself been quite aware how women are to be encouraged. Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, Ujjwala Yojana. These are schemes that were aimed at women to get them out of that concentric, ever-narrowing downwards spiral, and have brought them more or less at par on hopes with the men. Now, there are still areas that need to be addressed, and that is that 79% of women are still out of the labor force. Now, these are things that we will have to tackle in our future. I hope that seminars like these can help address these challenges, to give us guidance on how to tackle these two challenges of greed and need. And areas like clean energy, green technology by industries, electric vehicles, etc. All these things are things that are on the anvil. And hopefully through seminars like these, we will be able to address them and find a solution. The principal guiding factor of SDG is that you should not leave anyone behind. It is also an article of faith with the Modi government that the last man on the rung, the last man on the rudder is last man woman on the ladder is to be looked after, and that is what your policies should guide you. That is what your initiatives should guide you. So these are things that the government of India is looking at, and I myself am looking forward to learning from some of these experts who are going to be there speaking after this initial inaugural session is over. I thank all the participants who have come here, and I hope that when this concludes, there will be a bit of learning, discussion, deliberating, so that the country can move forward. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your words of wisdom. And you very rightly said that in our mythology also, we have a lot of examples wherein we actually worship women. And in fact, I was talking to Dr. Lata and Manoj sir, and they also said that this particular webinar in itself is a reflection of gender equality, wherein they have nine speakers, nine male speakers and nine female speakers. And you very rightly said that the government also have a lot of initiatives like Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, and Ujjwala Yojana. And now we also have females working in defense and civil sector. So we look forward to more such initiatives, which definitely will ensure that we as a country are able to address all the issues related to gender equality, climate change, uh, poverty, justice, and all, or each and every aspect, every element which is there as part of the Sustainable Development Goal. Thank you so much. I would now like to invite C.S. Deshpande Devendra Vasant, Vice President, the Institute of Company Secretaries of